Hi y'all, my name is Gabby Lee, and I live in Philadelphia. I wouldn't exactly be what most people call cool. I'm a straight A student, a plus if I can get them. I play the clarinet in my school band, and that's pretty much the only time I go to any sports games. I don't go to parties either, but my one great dream is to be a world-class chemist. I couldn't be happier, but would you believe that for one night, it all changed? I rebelled against my dad, almost got my friends kidnapped, and had a run-in with the police. It was probably the best night of my life. It all started with Millie Cancun, my one vice, the biggest pop star sensation in the world. Sure, some other singers might sing about relationship traumas or death or whatever moody stuff, but Millie was all about living young, wild, and free, my polar opposite. I'm not alone in my Millie mania. Lots of girls my age are, including my three besties, Sue, Evelyn, and Jamie. Wouldn't you know it, Millie was going on tour and having shows in New York. Typical, all the cool stuff happens there. Between the four of us and our various extracurricular activities, the only night we could possibly go was Sunday night, to which my dad said, "No, it's a school night, plus, her music seems a little inappropriate for your age, doesn't it?" What does he know? I can't get too mad at my dad though. It's just me and him. Mom isn't in the picture anymore. I should have told him how much it would mean to me, but I backed down. My friends' luck wasn't any different though. Their parents were a little less strict. My parents said I could go, but they didn't want to drive me there. Same here. We could take the bus, but that would take like 3 hours and be sketchy as heck. Something stirred in me. I don't know what came over me, but I thought, we could take my dad's car. I thought he'd drive us there. But you said you couldn't go, my friends reminded me. What if he never finds out? I could drive us there. I've got my learner's permit. Was I for real? Already, the gears in my head were turning as I spurred up this plan. I'd take his car, drive to the concert, buy our tickets, have the best night of our lives, and my dad would be none the wiser. In his eyes, I'd still be the good, rule-following daughter he asked for. Yeah, we can all meet at my house, and I can go from there. Wow, when did you get so cool all of a sudden? Yeah, I was cool. This was my chance. My plan was foolproof. I started laying the groundwork by making a subtle suggestion to my dad. I think we should have spaghetti night on Sunday. Okay, the seed had been planted, and on Sunday, the fruit had come to bear. You see, dear viewer, pasta will always knock my dad out. When he was done, he was fast asleep in his recliner. I finished the job by laying a weighted blanket on top of him. Good thing too, because he definitely would have woken up by the sound of Jamie banging on the door. Yo Gabby, you in there? Shh, I'm sneaking out, remember? I'll be right there. I just got a grab, but the keys to Dad's car weren't there. I checked in his room, nothing. A tense realization hit me. They were still in his pocket, as discreetly and non-suspiciously as possible. I reached into his pocket to pull them out. He woke up and wondered what I was doing. After much careful fidgeting, I got them. I wanted to get out of there, but I had one more thing I needed to do: the final PCR assistance in my room. I set up a fake version of me made from pillows and sat her by my desk. Should my dad check on me, he would see his dutiful daughter studying for her math test, not realizing I had already studied in between band practice. Evil genius. I snuck out, we got in the car, and we were off. I wasn't exactly a car expert, but better me than any of my friends. I didn't want to scratch up my dad's car. If you were to ask me at that moment, I'd have said it had gone perfectly. We were driving down the road, pre-gaming our jam session, singing along to Millie Cancun, but then we started slowing down. The car began making funny noises, and then what happened? We stopped. I can see that. But why? We had broken down in the middle of the road. Luckily, we were in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like we were causing a traffic jam or anything. On the other hand, we couldn't exactly walk anywhere, and we couldn't get a tow truck. Time and money were limited. We only brought enough to buy tickets, and phone service was spotty. Some people passed by, but no one would stop. Please help us, we're standing in the middle of the road. Yeah, that's why we need your help. Finally, one guy stopped. Now, I'm not an expert on cars, but he didn't seem to look at the engine for very long before saying, "Yep, it's broken beyond repair." Wow, are you sure? Trust me, you young girls are lucky the car hasn't exploded. Say, why don't I give you girls a lift? I'm heading to Manhattan right now, it wouldn't be any trouble. Oh wow, thanks. Girls, can we huddle for a second? We whispered amongst ourselves. This guy seems kind of suspicious. Well, what choice do we have? We can't exactly stay here, can we? Everyone was in reluctant agreement. We got into his car and headed for the city. How was I going to get my dad's car home now? Speaking of my dad, I missed this part, and he might tell it differently. He woke from his pasta nap, escaped the weighted blanket, and went to check on me. Maybe he thought, "Gosh, Gabby, sorry I didn't let you go to the concert. I'll make it up to you." What I didn't account for was him seeing his daughter's head fall off. He went into my room and found I was not there. Realizing what had happened in a way only a paranoid dad could, he scrambled around the house looking for his keys. Only when he tried checking the car did he figure out the extent of my betrayal. He asked our neighbor to drive out to the concert. He must have gotten there before we did because amongst the crowded lines outside of the concert halls, I wasn't there. Me and my friends reached downtown Manhattan just as the rain began. The ride with Echo, as he called himself, felt tense. We avoided small talk. He asked, "What trouble are you girls up to tonight?" We said, "A concert." "Oh, a music concert. What concert?" "Yeah, Millie Cancun." "Oh nice. I love her song Ice Cream Summer." "That wasn't a Millie Cancun song. That was a Zai Marina song." "Hey, I know a shortcut to skip traffic. You don't want to be late." "No thanks, just follow the GPS. Rio, trust me, but where's he taking us? His apartment to kill us? Or call my dad? Please just drive north, we're almost there, relax, it'll be fine." In my panicked state of mind, I grabbed the wheel from him. "Whoa, go Gabby. What the heck?" We fought for it before he knocked us into a pole. I swear it was only a light touch, but it triggered Echo's airbags nonetheless, trapping him.